Hello everyone. So in our previous class we have just learned about the indigenous groups of people and indigenous culture and the different kind of cultures near Amazon river. Okay. So today we are going to start from the left part of the indigenous culture, that is the today's most indigenous group lead a settled life along the river and its tributaries where they grow grains, vegetable and fruit. Some tribes continue to be hunt gatherers. They follow the nomadic lifestyle using tools such as spear, poison tipped arrow and blow darts to fish and hunt. Means in nowadays there are many indigenous groups which live a settled life just along the river, and they depend on grains, vegetables and fruits, while there are some other tribes are also there who will just continue their hunter gatherers, and they follow a nomadic style. Nomadic style means the people who used to hunt animals for their foods. So after we can see the agricultural part near the Amazon river. So the soil of the rainforest is not fertile and therefore not naturally suitable for agriculture. Despite these, Amazonians have been able to practice a form of splash and burn or shifting agriculture for a long time. Means they used to do shifting agriculture in their area. Small areas of the forest are cut or slashed and then burned. The charred remains are converted into special soil called terra preta. Means when they will just cut the small part of area and try to uh, grow crops over there, then they will, after growing the crops, they will just burn that area, and after burning there has been a special soil which been converted into, that is terra preta. Then we can see, which is a mix of charcoal, fish bone and other organic material. This practice book the fertility of soil, making it possible to cultivate fruits and vegetables. Topica, maize, cocoa, coffee, pepper, sweet potato are some crops grown here. Means these kind of different types of crop which has been generally practiced nearby. And when the plot of land loses fertility, the farmer moves on to a fresh plot of land, and once they see that this land has just lost its fertility, then they just left it and moved to the different plot of land. Due to sparseness of the population, the rainforest is not harmed by this practice and the trees start to grow back after a few years. However, on a large industrial scale, these practices cause significant damage. Means when the sparseness has been affecting the population, the rainforest does not harm due to this kind of practices, and the trees which has been cut down will start to grow back after a few years, and that's why it is a larger industrial in the industrial scale this practice has been caused, and it does not do that much of damage, but it will did a little bit of significant damage. How have geographical factor influenced the lives of the people of Amazon basin? So let's see how the geographical factor influence the life. So geographical factor have influenced the life of the people living the Amazon basin in many ways, just like they have affected the lives of the lumberjacks of Canada. Means Amazon basin also affect the life of the people, as we have just learned before, the lumberjacks of Canada. Same thing will happen here also. The nature of settlement. The hot, wet, equatorial climate of the Amazon basin and impenetrable nature of the rainforest discourages largest permanent human settlement in this region. Hence, this region is very traditionally peopled by small group of hunter gatherers and farmers. Means the nature of settlement is the equatorial climate, and the people who live here will the traditional people, and they depend on the hunting and farming. who set up temporary shelter in suitable sites. When they exhaust the resources of the patch of forest, they abandon their shelter and move on. Means those kind of people, they don't have a permanent shelter or permanent home. They always try to move from one place to another place, because once they had just set up their camp, or they set up their home at a particular place, thereafter what, they got exhausted from the resources. Thereafter they just abandoned that place and moved to the another place. And let's move about the agriculture. The infertile nature of the soil forces a traditional farmer to practice slash and burn agriculture. They grow crops like tapioca, maize, cocoa, coffee, and yam, which are suited to the local climate, physiography, and social condition. Cocoa, for example, is endemic to this region and thrives of high humidity and rainfall. Means in this the soil of that area is infertile. That's why the farmers have to practice slash and burn agriculture. Means once they will grow the crop, and after growing the crop they just burn that area, so it will become more fertile. And thereafter they can only grow topica, maize, cocoa, coffee, and yam, because these are the only crops which suit the local climate of that area. After that, proximity or to a major river. The life of the people revolve around the Amazon River. Fishing is an important activity. The river also serves as the main means of transportation in some parts of the forest. Means the life which is situated near the Amazon River, over there, if you have a river around your home, then you will mostly depend on the fishing activity. The same thing happened with them also. And on that area, on the Amazon forest, river is the main means of transportation, because they don't have that much of, means they have a lot of river which is connected from one river to another river. Thereafter we will go for the physical isolation. Means isolated from the outside world, the indigenous people have learned to survive on their own. Their needs are simple and are usually met from locally available resources. Means the physical isolation is what? Means it is isolated from the outside world. What is happening to the outside world, it doesn't even matter for them, and they just survive in their own indigenous learning. And they usually meet from local available resources. They don't have to depend on the other countries or other places. So in 1972, the construction of Trans-Amazon Highway opened the previously inaccessible rainforest to the outsider, though it brought some modern conveniences. Means in 1972, there has been a highway which has been constructed to access the outsider to the rainforest, but it brought a modern convenience to that area also. Indigenous people of the rainforest, it created many problems over time. The new settler indulged in widespread felling of trees for lumber, lands, and other resources. The indigenous people suffered greatly as they were exposed to new diseases brought in by the outsiders. Means the indigenous people of the rainforest have had a lot of problem, and it has been increasing over the time and day by day, because the new settlers, means the new people who just came there, they start to cut the tree for lumber and for land and for other resources also. And not even that, the outsider brings some new disease from their country to that indigenous people or to the forest. So today many indigenous people live in protected area in order to preserve their tradition. Many other practices a lifestyle that is a mix of modern and traditional. Means in nowadays, some indigenous people live the life from just like their ancestors, and now some of them live a lifestyle just a mix of mixture modern and traditional mixture, as you can see in the picture also. Okay, so our chapter has been completed, and will give you the question answer as soon as possible. Thank you.